Chattanooga, Tennessee. We are here for the Creative Nation Tour. Go to creativenationtour.com if you guys want to see us on the tour. We still have 80 more cities to go. Today is Chattanooga. Fun facts about Chattanooga before we get into what you're going to learn today in real estate and before we get to the meetup and me helping people get deals. Home of the first mini golf course is Chattanooga, Tennessee. Also, home of the fastest internet in America, Chattanooga. Coca-Cola bottling started here. Home of the longest pedestrian bridge in the world, underground lake in a cave, and the aquarium is one of the top rated in the world. Now, you don't care about any of these. You care about who's going to get a deal tonight in the Chattanooga meetup. Tonight, we have a goal of helping somebody get a deal in Chattanooga, and we have never failed. We get deals in every city, which has been a blast. Even in cities that don't end up having calls, we end up doing deals in the city. So tonight, Sunday, we are not doing any calls. It's Sunday evening. We don't call agents, we don't call sellers on Sunday unless there's a student in the room that has a teed up conversation already. And I hope that there's a powerful learning lesson in here today so the editors and the YouTube team can make an amazing YouTube video. They've done a great job so far. I've been surprised, actually. It's been a lot of cities, Rachel. We've been to a lot of places. Rachel, what's been your favorite city so far?
Oh no. Favorite city, like most surprising was Milwaukee, just because I was like, what the heck? Why are these fancy buildings there? I could have just come here instead of Rome.
So here's the difference. I think a little bit more creatively. I've been through most of it. I'm not the most experienced person in the world, but I've experienced a lot of this real estate industry, and I just think differently. I'll give you a good example. There's a deal I'm working right now. Of course, you guys probably know a little bit. Who doesn't know much about creative finance? I always walk into rooms right now. Okay, cool, thank you. What's your name? Nathan, okay, cool. Well, maybe we'll talk a little creative finance today. There's only 2 people in the room that probably have not learned on my YouTube channel. You don't watch my YouTube channel?
A little bit.
Okay, got it. My team, man, YouTube team, we're not doing a good job. This guy doesn't watch our stuff. Okay, so there's so many different strategies in creative finance. It's overwhelmingly amazing, okay? I'll go through a handful of them, and I'll tell you some of my favorite ones. The one that's really common is I can just take over somebody's mortgage, okay? I can buy somebody's house subject to the existing mortgage, which basically means, who doesn't know what sub 2 is? Raise your hand. You don't know what sub 2 is? You don't know? Okay, heck yeah. What's up, bro? What's your name?
Dan.
Dan, what up? Dan the man, I appreciate it. Okay, so let's talk about what sub 2 and seller finance is just real quick, and then we'll jump into an RV park that I'm in the middle of buying in Tennessee. I just went there yesterday, and I'll tell you guys the structure of it. And maybe we can do some more Marcus like matchmaking a little bit. Wouldn't that be cool if I could do that with everybody in here and I had like 25 hours, I could connect you with the right person you need in here? Okay, so Dan, do you own a house?
Just bought my first house.
You just bought your first house. Congrats, bro. Amazing. Okay. So Dan, I imagine if you just bought your first house, you got a pretty high interest rate, right?
Yeah, it was like 6.
Okay, 6. Okay, I'm buying houses today where my average interest rate is 2.8%. How am I doing that? I'm doing that by finding homeowners that have mortgages that they got 3, 4, 5 years ago that are now getting redeployed in the Army, or they're going through a divorce or whatever else, and they just go, I could sell my house, but I don't have a lot of equity, which means they owe as much money as the house is worth. I don't know what to do. And I go, give me the keys, I'll give you $5,000. Or give me the keys, I'll give you no dollars. How many people watch me make calls where sellers are like, take the keys off my hands? So I get a lot of sellers in the single family world that go, here's the keys to my house with a 3% mortgage rate, and then I take that house and I do a variety of different things with it. I could do it in Airbnb. I hate Airbnb. I could do Airbnb. Who else hates Airbnb in here? Boom, I love it. Pad Split's amazing. Okay, so I could do Airbnb, Pad Split, I could do Section 8, I could do HUD-VASH. HUD-VASH is like veterans assistance for, like Section 8 for veterans. I could do sober living, battered women's shelter. I could do so many different things with that house that I bought sub 2, and I have no credit check, no bank approval. It's amazing, okay? These aren't just common, they're overwhelmingly common. Okay, yes, go ahead.
Also been selling on a contract for deed or land installment contract.
You're going to like advanced level. He's just learning what sub 2 is. You're too smart for your own good. Okay, So sub 2 is just taking over somebody else's mortgage. It's the most simple transaction on the planet. People go, wait, how does that work? I'm like, here's how it works. It has 7 less people involved in the transaction than your transaction. You had appraisers, inspectors, you had lenders, and all sorts of stuff involved, right? Imagine a real estate transaction that doesn't have any of those things involved. It's awesome. And there's a bunch of people in this room that are doing these all over the country, okay? Now, seller finance is actually more complicated. What happens when a seller doesn't have a mortgage? What happens if they don't have an interest rate on their house? They owe it free and clear. The seller becomes the bank. I asked them to give me a loan, okay? That sounds confusing, I think, when you're brand new. You're like, how does that freaking work? Well, it is a little bit more confusing. So there's 4 terms to every deal there's 4 sets of terms you'll do in every deal. Purchase price, down payment, interest rate, and length of time. Those are the 4 sets of terms. So I go to a seller, James, what kind of phone do you have?
Motorola.
Okay, so you have an Android, love it. So if you're gonna put that on Craigslist, how much do you think you could sell that for right now?
Like $200.
Okay, $200, awesome. So if he puts that on Craigslist for $200, is he gonna get $200? What is he gonna get? $150, right? Okay, so I wait on Craigslist. I've done this with phones, I've done this with planes, I've done this with cars, I've done this with houses, businesses, everything. I call him up and I go, hey James, I see your phone's been on Craigslist for 30 days and it hasn't sold. Would you sell that to me and let me make payments on it? He's the seller and he's financing me with payments. That's seller finance. So I go to James and I go, James, you want $200 on that phone. I'll give you $200, but I want to pay you $20 a month for 10 months. Would you be willing to do that? Okay, what did I just work out? I worked out 4 pieces of the terms. What's the purchase price? $200. What's the down payment? 0. What's the interest rate? 0. And what's the length of time? That's seller finance. We just worked out 4 terms. I bought his phone with no money down, no interest. We do this with RV parks, mobile home parks, apartment buildings. I have 1,500 apartment doors, all on seller finance. It's the greatest thing on the planet. If somebody would have told me this a long time ago, I'd be like, that sounds like a freaking scam. It does. And I'm like, please don't tell anybody that it exists. The problem is when I first started in it 13 years ago, most title reps had no clue. So I'd go into states and I'd work out a deal with a seller and the seller would go, yes. And I'd get a contract, I'd send it to the title company and go, we can't do these transactions here, this is illegal. Like, these have been done for hundreds of years, what are you talking about? So back in 2014, I made a goal to normalize the conversation around creative finance, and I built the largest real estate community in the world, and we went out and we do about $25 billion a year in transactions, all on seller finance. Crazy, 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 okay? And we normalize it. And escrow officers started learning from my YouTube channel, and attorneys would call me and my attorney, who's on full-time on staff, and ask, hey, will you do a class around this? And we started teaching and traveling and teaching people how to do it. Now the whole country is doing it. Everybody knows. You see how almost nobody raised their hand and said, we don't know what that is? You're the only one that hasn't been watching my YouTube channel, Dan. We're pissed off about it. Okay. Good to see you, brother. Hunter. Nice to meet you too. Are you guys Chattanooga? This is a cool town, huh?
It is.
Chattanooga, you were incredible. We had such a blast. Even Nathan got a deal tonight.
Yes, sir.
What's his deal? Do you know?
He has, I can't remember exactly.
He has a build.
Yeah, he's going to develop some land and then partner with a builder and build a bunch of houses.
Okay, so check this out. So here's how Nathan's deal is going to work. So Nathan's going to be the gator on this deal with this gentleman. What's his name? Tyler?
Ryan Long.
Ryan Long. All right. Man, if I could tell people my last name was Long. Sorry, that's a joke. You can either keep that in or take that out, editors, whatever you want to do. All right, so Ryan Long comes up, says, hey, I want to go build this land. I already have a buyer lined up for it. I have a piece of land I need to buy, and I need a development loan to go and develop this piece of land. I said, no problem, Nathan can help you. Nathan's a gator, and what's cool about gators is they can use my money. So Nathan will work out that deal with the team, we'll fund it, but the way that we'll do it is actually I will own the land to protect myself. Ryan will go and build the project, and we'll partner with him and make some money in the process, which will be good. So Nathan got a deal tonight. I got 4 deals from a guy named Norman. Did you pick that up, by the way, that Norman guy? Did you got that earlier?
Yeah.
Sick, bro. Like you were just on it tonight?
Yeah.
She. Guys, give it up for Roberto in the comments right now. Freaking killed it. An incredible night. Sadly, it's a Sunday, so we didn't get a chance to go through and like deep dive into calling sellers. But I think tonight was really effective because I was able to pair people up. A lot of people were coming up to me afterwards and saying, pair me up with this, pair me up with this. And I was just giving people resources. Get out to the meetups, creativenationtour.com. What do you think today's learning lesson could be, Roberto?
I mean, you did kind of like a basics of stuff too, like.
Basics of creative finance?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You think the editors will like that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. creativenationtour.com. Get out there. Check out our sponsors down below. We'll see you guys in the next city, Birmingham, Alabama.